That is a heck of a way to start off your cinematic universe of the Justice League.
Alrighty, we are back. Real quick, because of scheduling, we were recording on Tuesday night, so we have a little bit more to talk about. However, where do you want to start?
Let's go with the playoffs of the NFL.
Okay, let's go with the playoffs. First things first on my list is that the Vikings kind of suck.
Yeah. As much as I wanted them to win because of Dalvin Cook, I knew the Giants were going to pull through this one.
Yeah. How far did they go with like one loss or two losses? What was their record?
I don't know. They did pretty well.
Let's do some research here.
Also, this really bothered me. A lot of the ads that were running on TV, it would be like Saquon Barkley versus Kirk Cousins.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of Daniel Jones, which I think is very disrespectful to Daniel Jones as a quarterback.
However, I don't disagree with the ads.
I do. I feel like he's been good enough quarterback where they should tease.
But he's not the he's not the face of that franchise.
Yeah, maybe not, but I think he's earned a bit of, a bit more recognition than that.
I mean, there were some where it was like Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson versus Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley.
I feel like that's more fair. Because I feel like Justin Jefferson, when I think Vikings, I think Justin Jefferson way more than I think Kirk Cousins.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Do you think Dalvin Cook more than you think Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, but I was going to leave that one out because I feel like it's unfair.
I agree. However, I was just asking.
I also think of Jameis Winston, I think Saints, even though he's no longer their starting quarterback.
That's true. Well, yeah. Is Andy Dalton retired yet?
Maybe now.
Okay. By the way, they went 0 games being undefeated. They lost to the Niners in the opener.
That makes sense.
However, then they beat the Broncos and then the Packers, then lost to the Eagles, beat the Lions, the Saints, the Bears, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, the Commanders, the Bills, then lost to the Cowboys, beat the Patriots, the Jets, then lost to the Lions, beat the Colts, beat the Giants, lost to the Packers, beat the Bears.
So there was a period where they went on a crazy winning streak, like 6 or 7 games, right?
7-game stretch.
7 games. I think that,
But after that, they lost to the Cowboys, who were a playoff team, the Lions, who were almost a playoff team.
I think that would have been a fun playoff team.
And then the Packers, who were almost a playoff team.
Yeah, I feel like the Giants are just so middle of the pack for these playoffs that it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
They're 9-7-1.
Exactly. You have your best teams, the Niners, the Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, Bengals, whatever. Then you have your teams.
They play the Eagles next week, I think.
That's going to be rough for them, but I think they can do it.
Because they're the 6th seed, I believe.
Yes, I believe so.
So then, they play the Eagles.
Because Dallas was 5, they're 6th. But they're also not like the Jags, who barely got in, New York's
I think they were only in by 1 game, though.
Maybe, but I still feel like the fact that the Jags
also,
are in...
Also, the tie helped them.
Yeah. The fact that the Jags are in is crazy. The fact that they won is even crazier.
Is it was that the largest blown lead in the playoffs?
In the playoffs? It's up there, I think. I think it's 3.
3?
Third in
okay.
NFL history. 27-0.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's gonna be a thing in Jacksonville. It's gonna be like the 28-3 in New England.
Yes.
Do you blame the refs?
No, I don't think.
Did you see the clip of Joey Bosa first?
Yes. However, I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I feel like if you let that lead slip that far, you're destined to lose anyway. And if you're determining the outcome of a game based off of one bad call, then you were probably losing in that game.
Okay, I agree. However,
don't get me wrong. That was definitely holding. Definitely should have been called, and that ref definitely chased after him to instigate. Yeah. Very bad. That ref should be reprimanded. Agreed.
Okay. I'm making sure we're on the same page there.
However, I think they were going to lose either way.
Okay. Speaking of which, Trevor Lawrence has never lost on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's very crazy because of college.
Yeah.
That's why it's crazy. Like,
he lost twice in high school under the Friday Night Lights. He lost twice in college, one on Sunday and one on Monday.
Yes.
And then he lost a bunch of times in the NFL, but never on a Saturday.
Yeah. Isn't his game against the Chiefs also on Saturday?
Yeah.
This is gonna be. I mean, I love the Saturday Destiny vibe. I like that, but
I think he's gonna beat him.
You're really gonna have to have Destiny on your side to beat.
I think he's
Mahomes.
gonna beat the Chiefs.
If he does, he deserves the Super Bowl.
I don't think he's making it to the Super Bowl. Well, okay, I think he can make it to the Super Bowl.
But he's not winning.
He's not winning a Super Bowl.
You think his luck dries out when it comes to that big Sunday?
Yes. Let's see. The Dolphins kept up. Like, it was
They
close.
kept up for quite a while. I was concerned because I wanted the Bills to win.
Well, that's because you're weird.
That's because I'm not a New England fan.
Eh.
And they were keeping stride for a while. Like, surprisingly.
Yeah. And what else do we have here? Oh, yeah. The Niners-Seahawks game was real close until it wasn't.
It was like, oh, this is a good game. And then all of a sudden, it just
like,
was terrible.
halfway through the third quarter, the Niners just took off.
Yeah.
And that was that.
These were all really good games at one point or other. There was no, like...
I don't think the Bucs-Cowboys game was a good game.
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch that one. Surprisingly.
However, the Cowboys kicker can't kick.
Yes. Dude, because we were checking the score, and it was like 18-0. I'm like, how did you get 18? What happened? Apparently, you just don't kick PATs. Yeah. Period.
There was a clip of the Peyton and Eli cast, because this was Monday Night Football, and Peyton was like, why are we kicking? Just go for it.
Yeah, at this point, just like go for the two every time. If you, like, one is whatever.
Yeah.
Two is like, okay, maybe there's an issue. Three, and then they go for it again like the third quarter. What are you doing?
And the last thing I have on the games this week was, I think Baltimore would have won if they had Lamar.
I think their odds would have been better. I don't know if they would have won.
It came down to the wire.
True. I don't think Lamar would have fumbled that last ball to get the
I think they would have
return.
won with Lamar.
I can definitely see the argument being made.
Which is crazy, because then the Bengals would have been out.
That would have been insane.
I want anybody but the Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills to win the AFC Championship. Which means my options are right now the Jags.
That's a rough bet.
Mm.
Especially because they'll have to go against the Chiefs, and even if they, by some chance they beat the Chiefs, they then have to go either against the Bengals or the Bills.
If it can't be the Jags, then I want it to be the Chiefs.
Why?
I don't like the Bills.
Obviously.
I mean, I feel like Joe Burrow got his moment in the sunshine last year. And, like, he should... In my opinion, he needs to cool it for a little.
He needs to be just a regular quarterback for a little bit.
Like, he can be a superstar quarterback, but
he can't be the going to the Super Bowl every year on his second year.
Third year, but yes.
Or, like, his second, like, full year.
Yeah. He could be, like, a Lamar or a Jimmy G, or one of those, like...
A Kirk,
a better quarterback.
but not like the man.
Yeah.
Off rip. I mean, I can see that. But do you think Purdy's going to have the same issue?
I think Purdy's magic is running out.
I think you're wrong.
I think Purdy's magic is running out.
Who do they play next week?
The...
Cowboys?
Yes.
I think they'll be fine.
I think Purdy's magic's running out.
I think they'll be fine.
I think the way it goes right now, we have an Eagles-Cowboys NFC
Championship? No. Eagles-Niners?
No.
All right. We will see. We will see.
Okay, and then the last piece we have here will also kind of tie us over into college football. C.J. Stroud finally entered the NFL draft.
Yes.
On the day he had to.
Like the dead end. Like, this is it, or you're not going.
Yeah, like there was a lot of speculation, like, is he just going to stay at Ohio State and get an NIL deal? And my problem with that sentiment, number one, was the fact that he could have gotten a massive NIL deal to stay at Ohio State.
Yeah.
It would not have come fucking close
to whatever the team...
being the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
So there's that. However, it does make the Bears situation a little bit worse, in my opinion.
Why is that?
Because if you have the number 1 pick and C.J. Stroud goes back to Ohio State, then you have Bryce Young and Will Levis as your like top tier quarterbacks. With C.J. Stroud entering the draft, now you have him as well. So if you're, say, the Colts, who I believe have the 4th overall pick, you know the Bears aren't going to take a quarterback because they have Justin Fields. You know the Texans are.
Because they don't have anybody.
So it's like, you weigh your options where it's like, you're the 4th pick. Do you really want to give all that up to trade up to the Bears pick? Or do you want to say, let's wait it out to the 4th?
Yeah, because there's enough quarterbacks where you can still get a really good quarterback coming down the line.
If they had only had the 2, then it's like, we know the Texans are taking a quarterback.
So we need to get that.
We're trading to the Bears.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to trade? I don't think the Bears are keeping it. The Bears are trading down, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't. The Bucks might do it for him, because if Brady leaves, they might just need to get a hard rebuild because they have a lot of old magic in that team. And if Brady leaves, I don't think it's going to be any good for anybody.
If Brady leaves?
When Brady leaves, my bad.
Thank you. Brady is a free agent, and there is no shot in my mind he is coming back to Tampa.
Okay. When Brady leaves.
If you disagree, voice it. But
No.
Okay.
You're right. When Brady leaves, they're gonna. I feel like you just have to do a hard rebuild because I don't. Who's their backup?
Trask.
That name Trask means nothing to me, right?
He saved some dude from drowning, I think.
Good for that guy. However, I don't know how his qualities of a quarterback are going to be.
Me neither.
And listen, Mike Evans is great,
but
I think he's on a decline. Fournette's good. He's on a decline. Like everybody,
is Fournette good?
He's good enough.
He's okay
when Brady's there. That's my point.
However, Rashad White is good.
Yes, but you can't just they're getting to the point where everybody's
also Chris Godwin's getting old.
Yeah, everybody's getting old, and they're just going to have to. I feel like they have to really start preparing for another round of people.
Okay.
And I can see them being like, "Yo, Bears, you want Mike Evans for that pick?" Which would be wild. But
I think they need to give up a little more than Mike Evans.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, give up the players they have right now that everybody's like, "Oh, they're great."
Yeah.
If they give those away and then get that first round pick, they can rebuild well.
Okay, I can see it.
Because they have a terrible pick right now.
The best they can have is 19.
Yeah, that's awful.
I think they do have 19.
You think?
Well, because they went out in the first round.
I know.
So I think they do have 19.
Cool. Who do you think's drafted first? Who do you think's first overall pick?
Bryce Young.
You think so? It's a valid pick. I could see it. Bryce Young definitely seems like the best pick. But it also may depend on who trades for that first round pick. I feel like there's a lot of good quarterback talent coming in where, if it's Bryce Young, I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah. But
if it's somebody else, I'm also not going to be super shocked.
I feel like Bryce Young has the connections, if you will. The reason Mac Jones was signed by the Patriots, a solid chunk of that goes to the fact that Nick Saban called Bill Belichick and said...
I was literally about to say, if Brady doesn't go back to the Patriots, do you think the Patriots would want... Bryce Young.
Did he ever play with Mac?
I don't know, but the reason I say that is because Nick Saban and
Bill
Belichick in my brain are almost the same person.
A hard stop, no. Because Mac Jones is good without Matt Patricia, which, by the way, he's fired. Thank you fucking Jesus. Mac Jones is good without Matt Patricia, as we learned last year.
Okay.
And, as we learned this year, Bailey Zappi's got some hot shit to him. So, I don't think they,
You don't think that...
If they take him, it's for trade capital.
Yeah.
If they take him, it's okay, now we start him, and we can trade Bailey, or something.
Makes sense.
However...
They're not getting C.J. Stroud. I don't think he's going to be available for them.
I don't think Bryce Young... unless they trade up.
I don't think I don't think... They'd have to trade up crazy.
The only thing I can see happening is... one of the two of them falling down. Because for whatever reason, there's this thing where, right at the end of a college football season and an NFL season, there's always that one quarterback who comes, on the rise and knocks that quarterback that's been there all year down so far. Justin Fields was projected to go number 1 overall for so long. And then Zach Wilson got taken. Anyways, there's another question I want to ask you on the NCAA, but apparently, now I don't know anything about this, but the Arkansas Razorbacks mascot died.
That's wild.
I couldn't have even told you that they had a real pig as their mascot.
Neither could I.
Okay.
The only one that I know that's a real thing is Uga.
Cool. I just thought it needed to be said.
I want to say this right now. Have you seen the ESPN's top 25 way too early?
No.
So this is ESPN dropping a top 25 for college football now. Mm-mm. Clearly that's why it's called the way too early. It is, I think it's Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Alabama. Florida State is number 4 for the way too early chart. And when I saw this, I was so excited.
It's way too early.
Yeah, it is way too early. Trust me, they don't deserve to be above Alabama right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. They got some great. I think they're pulling up from high school. Some great picks.
Okay.
But to put them above Alabama is wild to me.
And then the question I have for you on the NCAA: do you think Georgia is going to three-peat?
No. I don't think they are.
No.
No. I think that.
Okay. Do you think they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to be top 4, I think.
Okay.
But I think that with the law, like they don't have Stetson Bennett, I think that's going to harm them a little bit. And I also think that
Did he declare?
Dude, he's got to declare it. He's old. He's like...
My point is, did he declare or did he just say, I made my deal in college, I'm done? Yeah, it doesn't look like he decided to declare, so...
So, yeah, I definitely think that Georgia might make it top 4. I don't think they're going for a 3-peat. And if they do, they definitely aren't going for a 4.
No.
Because then we'll have the 12 team playoffs.
Do you think they're going to be SEC champions next year?
They're definitely going to the championship.
Well, yeah, no shit.
Unless LSU pulls some wild stuff. Because I think it's going to be...
Well, LSU could pull some wild stuff. Like, they have to face either LSU or Bama.
Bama, I think, is definitely going. I think it's either be Bama, Georgia, or Bama, LSU.
You don't think Florida's making it?
Fuck no. No. I think Florida needs to do some reconstruction. You know who's going to the ACC championship, though? Florida State.
Or Clemson.
No. Not after this last year.
Or Clemson.
Clemson, listen, I can't even say you're wrong, because Clemson always is an option.
Yeah.
But I really think it's going to be Florida State this year. And I think Florida State might be top 4, but I don't want to...
Jinx yourself?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think Florida State's going to be good next year.
All right. I want to go to WWE next, if that's all right with you.
That's fine with me.
Alrighty. So we have the Raw from not yesterday, but a week ago. Yesterday.
Yes.
Cool. First and foremost, in my opinion, Bobby Lashley is back.
I love Bobby Lashley. I know you don't love him.
I don't love him, but I don't hate him.
That's valid. I love him.
However, tied into this, I was telling you, there was a clip going around of Chris Masters, who Bobby Lashley's finisher, the Hurt Lock, was originally called the Master Lock when Chris Masters used it. And he was asked, how do you feel about Bobby Lashley using your move? And he was like, if anybody's going to use it, it should be Bobby, because Bobby was the first one to break the Master Lock.
So if anybody's got a right to use it.
And then he threw a little shade at the end. He was like, but it's still the Master Lock.
I love it.
But yeah, Bobby Lashley's back. And jumping ahead a little bit, from yesterday, he earned a shot at the U.S. title. I assume at Royal Rumble, but it didn't say.
Yeah, I think it's implied it's Royal Rumble, but I don't know if it's directly stated.
Okay. Yeah. So he's getting a shot at the U.S. title at Austin Theory at Royal Rumble, and he's back. Next.
Would you rather... Okay, really quick, because
Yes.
I know you prefer Seth Rollins as it.
Yes.
But clearly that's not going to happen.
Yes.
So would you prefer Austin Theory to have it or Bobby Lashley to have it?
Theory, because I want Lashley in the main title picture.
Okay. That's fair.
Second, Dominic Mysterio's prison angle blows. Dominic Mysterio kind of blows.
I was going to say, it's not the prison angle, it's just most everything about him kind of sucks.
Judgment Day kind of blows.
Yeah.
I don't like
the fact
anything
that he's a
that's going on
giant
over there.
wuss kind of blows.
I don't like anything that's going on over there.
Agree.
However, The Judgment Day will get a shot at the Raw Tag Team titles.
I assume with Baylor and
Don't know. Because Baylor injured his...
Oh, yeah, his ribs. With the slant with the... Oh.
Injured his ribs.
Yeah.
So, it might be Dominic and Priest, but...
Yeah.
I'm really upset that it wasn't the Street Profits, because I love the Street Profits.
Which ones were they?
Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
I really like the last ones. The really big guy and the...
Yeah, Street Profits.
Is that who they were?
Yes.
I thought his name was Otis.
Oh, you're talking about Alpha Academy? They weren't the last ones.
Were they not?
No, they were the second to last.
Oh, no, those are the ones that made Balor hurt himself.
And then the Street Profits came out.
Dominic had to do the last one. Okay, that's what I was doing.
Okay. And then the last thing on that Raw, Uncle Howdy questioned Alexa Bliss. I am so into this storyline. It's what I watch SmackDown for. I'm so excited to see where this goes with the whole Bray Wyatt thing.
This is your SmackDown? This is why you watch SmackDown? Fair enough.
I love it. And I love the fact that they're bringing Alexa Bliss back into it. I love the Uncle Howdy. I still think there's two. I think there's Uncle Howdy and Uncle Harper.
Okay.
I think that one of them is Bo Dallas. And I think the other one is kind of like an alter ego to Bray Wyatt. What I would love to see is the type of thing where Bray Wyatt's not lying. It's not him.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that
it's not.
He's got this part of him that's Uncle Howdy.
He doesn't realize it's him.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that'd be a good line.
He did vow to dim the lights on LA Knight at the Pitch Black match.
That's a really good way. I think it's a good line.
I agree.
Is that the only other storyline that's going on? Like, I know obviously there's a lot of storylines going on, but other than like...
there's the Judgment Day thing.
Yeah.
There's the Karrion Kross and Rey Mysterio kind of feud going on.
I feel like everything's very bogged down by the Universal Champion.
You would be correct.
And that's one of the things that I'm really having, like, I'm enjoying WWE, but it's a real struggle because nothing feels like it's on the line right now.
Yeah, there's that.
I've been watching, and the only title I've seen exchanged is the United States Champion. And that was from...
And the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Sure. It was from Rollins to Theory.
Mm-hmm. You saw it go from Bobby Lashley to Rollins, too.
Maybe.
I promise you did.
I think I started watching the episode after that.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. My point is, it feels like everything's so stuck to where it is, and nothing's moving around.
Yeah.
Which, I understand I started watching at a bad time if that's not what I wanted.
Hopefully that'll change coming up here with
Royal
Rumble through WrestleMania. Yeah. And then we get to SmackDown, where there are only two things of note, in my opinion. The Sami Zayn KO match ended in a no contest.
Yeah.
Which was okay. I mean, it was a nice match.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite storylines is because I'm loving KO and I love the Sami Zayn because I feel like Sami.
Who are your top three wrestlers?
As of okay, I'm gonna do current wrestlers because I have the ones that like for some reason in my mind are just amazing.
Gods, yeah.
Yeah. So current ones that I've been watching is
KO.
KO, thank you.
We got there. It's okay.
Yes, KO. I'm really liking Bobby Lashley and
give me a description.
Braun Strowman. I can't think of his name.
Okay. I'm gonna warn you. Braun Strowman as a person is a dickhead, but that's okay.
Noted. I also like McIntyre a lot.
Okay. My three of all time, because I've been watching for years. Number one is Edge, without a doubt, no question.
Hands down.
Yeah, there is nothing. Story time. Probably gonna cut this up. Story time for you. He returns at the 2020 Royal Rumble. Complete surprise to everybody, right? I'm out with the group because I'm like, I don't need to watch the Royal Rumble. I'll watch it afterwards. So I'm Books A Million with Jessica, Johnny, and Steven when I get the notification on my phone that Edge came back.
For 2020?
At the Royal Rumble. I'm like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. And then he
That's
didn't.
so hilarious.
He didn't return to full-time wrestling. So the next year...
Is he still...
Kind of.
Okay. We'll talk about this.
Yeah. So 2021, I'm like, I don't really need to watch the Royal Rumble. He hadn't come back to full-time wrestling, really. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't need to watch it. Not only does he return, again, then his best friend and former tag team partner, Christian, returns, and they reunite the Blood Brothers. And then he wins the fucking Royal Rumble. And I was out again. And I'm like...
Was I with you that time?
Are you fucking with me? I don't know. I was like, are you fucking shitting me?
Did anything happen in 2022 or did you watch it in 2022?
I watched it in 2022.
You're like, this shit ain't happening again.
No. But yeah.
We're going to watch it.
Probably.
Edge can still come back.
Yeah.
He's not out.
He's kind of achieved the legend status where he can come back whenever he wants.
John Cena, The Rock.
John Cena, The Rock,
at any moment, he'd be like, you know what? I want to go on Raw. And
yeah.
They're like, yeah, sure, come.
Yeah.
Right now.
2 is Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
And 3 is Jeff Hardy.
Okay. So the ones that in my mind are all time like legends is The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Triple H.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, Andre the Giant just has this cemented like he's the best in my mind, and I don't know why.
Okay.
But like just watching old videos, like old clips of him, is insane. Because he's Andre the Giant for a reason. He is a behemoth among men, and it's insane to watch stuff happen.
I know you haven't watched a lot, but what is your favorite wrestling moment that you've seen?
Wrestling moment?
Yes.
That's a very difficult question.
Like a spot in a match or so. Like we were watching WrestleMania 17 earlier, and the spear off the ladder.
When Undertaker comes from underneath the ring, like the coffin comes up and he gets out of it.
Oh, okay.
That clip of my brain just
Okay.
That's what I want wrestling to be like for me, like all the time.
That's a solid one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what mine would be. There's a solid chance for me. It's one of two things.
Okay.
It is either Daniel Bryan winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30.
Okay.
Or Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania 32.
Really?
Yes. Just moments that are ingrained. I can name to you every match on the WrestleMania 30 match card.
That's how ingrained it is?
I love WrestleMania 30. And I remember sitting in my living room because that night, WrestleMania 30, the deal was...
WrestleMania is coming up?
39.
Okay.
The deal with that night was Daniel Bryan had to beat Triple H. And if he beat Triple H, he would get the chance to be in the match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton and Batista. It would become a triple threat. And I remember watching him beat Triple H, and I'm like, okay. And then I remember watching him beat Randy Orton and Batista and doing the yes on the announce table with one title in each hand.
That's pretty baller. My God.
Yeah. Anyways.
Is there Money in the Bank coming up?
It's going to be in Europe in May, June?
May.
Somewhere around
Summer?
there. Yeah. Early summer.
And that's just like, Money in the Bank works like you just show up and they'll be like, yo, I want this title now.
Yeah.
And you just do a match for that title.
Yep. Most people cash it in like after the person has just gone through
a rough time. So
a long match.
Easy.
Like Edge cashed in on John Cena after John Cena defended through the Elimination Chamber.
Did he
so John Cena, yes. So John Cena defended against 5 other people, won the Elimination Chamber, and then Edge came out and cashed it in.
So it's still they use it strategically. Like, okay, that makes sense.
And then the last point I have on the WWE is I love Tegan Nox.
Tegan Nox?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
The new girl on SmackDown.
The short one or the tall one?
That's enlightening. Neither of those.
Oh. I thought
you're talking about
one match where
No, you're talking about Raquel Rodriguez and Alexa Bliss.
It's insane how you know these things.
No, the girl who returned and is kind of doing a tag team thing with Liv Morgan.
Nope.
Okay. Anyways, she's cool. I like her. Her finisher is also fucking kick ass. She runs at you, kicks you around the head, and kicks you in the back of the head.
That is pretty badass.
I think that's all I have on WWE.
When was that match?
When was what match?
The one the girl.
Friday.
I don't know why that's not in my brain right now, but okay.
She faced
to be fair, the only match
the Chinese lady.
Friday. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Got the dyed hair.
Yes. The only reason I remember that match is because she comes out with the 2 knives in her hand and starts like screaming at the audience like, this is wild.
Do you have anything else on WWE, or are we moving up in the world?
I'm really enjoying it. There was a point like over our little break.
Yeah.
I was kind of addressed. I was like, this is this. I was kind of drudging through it, but I got hyped up again about it.
Okay.
Especially because I have when I started watching, it was right after Crown Jewel, and I was feeling kind of just. It felt rough because, the big thing there's not a lot of big matches, title matches,
Yeah.
And so now that Royal Rumble and WrestleMania are coming around, I'm getting more excited for wrestling in general.
Okay, I see it.
Because I know that the way things are setting up now, all the title changes and all the fun stuff is gonna happen at those events. So I'm watching these episodes knowing that it's just gonna build up to these events that I have to wait for anyway.
By the way, I don't think KO's winning at the Royal Rumble.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm just making sure you know. So do you want to move? Let's move on to movies.
Really quick.
Sorry.
I have a question.
Continue.
So, Royal Rumble.
Yes.
That's where you have people going one by one every so often?
Okay, it's a 30-man battle royal.
Okay.
So you have 1 and 2 enter at the same time. However, for whatever reason, the WWE puts way more emphasis on the number 1 entrant.
But even though it was 1 and 2 at the same time?
Yeah. The match doesn't start until 1 and 2 are in the ring.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
they put a lot of emphasis on who
if you go number 1 and win the Royal Rumble, it's a huge deal.
But if you're number 2,
Rey Mysterio won it from number 2 in 2006.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, he was number 1, part 2. The match doesn't start until they're both there. And then I believe it's 2 minutes, another superstar enters. To be eliminated from the Rumble, you have to go over the top rope and both feet must hit the floor.
Yeah.
The last superstar standing gets a title shot at WrestleMania.
And all 30 people are not broadcast. It's just some of them say, "Hey, I'm doing this."
Yes.
And some are just not. Sure.
And some are gonna even if Sami Zayn and the Usos don't declare that they're gonna come out on SmackDown and be like, "Yeah, we're entering the Royal Rumble." The Bloodline's gonna be in the Royal Rumble.
Do you think everybody in the Bloodline's gonna be there?
Maybe not Solo, but the other 3, yes.
Okay.
I could see Solo not doing it, however, I think he's going to.
Okay. And do you have, in your headcanon, do you have a certain person that wins?
I have 3.
Okay. You 3 hypotheses?
I have 3 hypotheses. Number 1, Sami Zayn.
Okay.
Because the WWE got lucky as fuck that the crowd the other week started chanting Sammy, and that fell into their lap.
To start making this little...
Yeah. Number 2, the one that is on everybody's mind, Cody.
Cody Rhodes comes back and wins?
Yes. Number 3, the one that's it could happen. The Rock.
Yeah.
If he enters 30... Because, let me set the scene for you. 29 men have entered. Couple are standing left in the ring. Maybe even 1. Maybe it's Sammy is standing left in the ring, right?
Yeah.
Has eliminated everybody else, and number 30 is the only one. You start counting down, you get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
And then he gets that just jaw drop face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That would be beautiful to watch.
If
you have
let me put it this way,
on the outskirts watching.
If the Rock, number 1, if the Rock enters the Rumble, it's at number 30.
Yeah.
Number 2, if the Rock enters the Rumble at number 30, he wins.
Okay.
So basically, if the Rock's in the Rumble, he's gonna win.
Okay.
However, the way I would see this going would be you have Cody win the Rumble, and the next night on Raw, Cody comes out and is like, I don't care about your Universal Championship, this, that, and the other thing, blah, 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 blah. What did I say when I came back? I want the championship that has evaded my family for years. I want the championship that my father never got. I'm coming after your WWE Championship.
That way you split them up.
And you split them up. Now, number 2, Roman comes out halfway through this and head-to-head with Cody, just in his face and everything, and The Rock comes out and just points at the WrestleMania sign. Points at Roman, points at the WrestleMania sign. And they get the match for the Universal title.
Okay.
Night 1, Cody wins the WWE Championship. It's the feel-good moment. Night 2, it's for the Universal Championship. Now, this is different than the last time I told you, because I told you I didn't want a belt on the line.
Yes, I know.
It's for the Universal Championship, and The Rock wins. And the ref gives The Rock the Universal Championship, and Roman's kind of like sulking there in the corner in the ring or with Paul Heyman, whatever.
Just crying or whatever.
He needs to be standing.
Oh, okay.
The Rock goes to shake his hand. The Rock shakes his hand. The Rock gives Roman the Universal Championship and takes the red necklace off Roman.
That would be good. That way you change the story, but he gets to keep it. Okay.
Roman keeps the Universal Championship. He can make it to his 1,000 days and is no longer the tribal chief.
That way there's stakes in the game, but it's not... You don't have to change the belt around.
Yeah.
I like that.
And don't make it known that it's for, like, the position... Like, market it as for the Universal Championship.
And at the very end...
And then have The Rock...
This is for tribal chief.
And then have The Rock take the necklace off Roman and walk out with the necklace.
I would love to see this. I would love to see The Rock just in general, like, wrestle.
Yeah.
Because so far, the only, like... There's, like, 3 or 4 that I remember from hearing my childhood that I've even seen. You know, The Miz, Mysterio, Cena, and we're talking about The Rock.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that... And I guess Brock Lesnar a little bit.
Okay. Real quick before we move on to movies, I know I keep saying we're going to do it and then we don't do it.
I know. There's just a lot to talk about in the movie.
I want to talk about the Hall of Fame because along with WrestleMania, they induct several members into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And there's been a trend going lately where they induct one dead person, one big name, and then a couple of like smaller names.
Okay.
Right. So last year, Vader was dead. The Undertaker was the big name.
Yeah.
And then they had a couple of smaller names.
So.
This year, number 1, I think the dead guy is King Kong Bundy that gets inducted.
King Kong Bundy?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Okay.
That's a heck of a name.
I think that the big name is the Hardy Boys go into the Hall of Fame.
As a
tag team.
As a tag team?
And number 3, they've been doing this thing, the Warrior Award.
Okay.
Since 2014. It's like somebody who gave back to their community or like showed a lot of courage. Like the first year they did it, it was this kid who had cancer. And he died of cancer. Recently they did it with Chad Gaspar, the guy who saved his son from drowning and died in the process.
Yeah.
I think this year it goes to DeMar Hamlin.
I think that'd be very nice.
Anyways, I think that's all I have for WWE for good now.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
I am good for now.
Okay. Movies. Real quick, let's talk about Kraven the Hunter, because apparently you just learned that this existed.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were actually making a movie.
And you didn't realize that it was Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven.
Which is the guy that played Quicksilver in
Age of Ultron.
That bothers me a little bit, because...
Keep in mind, it's a Sony movie, not...
Listen, that bothers me more than any of this. Okay, the fact that we have to have this whole, like... This movie's not canon, even though it's our Spider-Man in the MCU, but it's not canon because it's Sony. It's just a bunch of... it's Sony.
Bureaucratic bullshit.
Right? Like, I understand why. I understand Sony wants to keep their money, and Disney wants to keep their money, but it just makes everything so much worse for everybody else. And I hate it.
Okay.
However, from the looks of the trailer, it doesn't look like Quicksilver. Like, it doesn't look like it at all. Which is why I can kind of handle it.
Okay, however, I'm going to say this. I don't know why they're going... Like, I understand a Kraven movie.
I don't.
But I don't understand a Kraven movie.
It's a wild first pick for a movie.
Well, they made Venom. They started off rip with the right one.
Still, I feel like there's a lot of other, like, villains just coming
Green Goblin, Sandman, Doc Ock.
Sandman's my favorite. Rhino, I love Rhino. I don't
know. I
understand
agree.
Kraven's
However, Kraven hasn't been in a movie. Like, those 4 people that we just mentioned have all been in movies.
Yes, all of his other main foils have all been in movies. And I understand Kraven he's next on the list. Like, if you're listing off, Spider-Man's best villains, and you start marking off who's been in movies, Kraven's the next one up who hasn't been in a movie. I get that.
Or Kingpin. But he's kind of a Daredevil villain, too.
He's also in Hawkeye.
Yeah, but he's not in any of the Spider-Man movies. He's also kind of a
This
Daredevil
is why
villain.
I really just need a universe. Like, I need somebody to own everything and just get it over with.
That's called a monopoly.
I'm okay with that if they own all of Marvel. Because I just like Kingpin. It would be so much fun if Kingpin was a Daredevil, Hawkeye, and Spider-Man villain. But he just can't be because of the way...
Like, he can be. Because Daredevil was in No Way Home. Charlie Cox's Daredevil was
Also
in No Way
She-Hulk.
Home. Yes. And...
See, this is what bothers me, though. Like...
It's all interconnected.
Yes, but we're going to have...
But not interconnected.
Yes. It's Spider-Man that ruins it for everything, which is terrible because he's one of the best heroes. Period. So you have, like... Kingpin does exist in the same universe as Spider-Man because of,
Yeah.
and Daredevil also exists. But at the same time, you're going to have these Sony movies that, are they canon in the MCU?
Who
Great
knows?
question. Disney and Sony don't even know. And it's so bothersome. Because, like, Venom in the MCU would be so much fun.
Venom was in the MCU.
Yeah, he was. But,
Tom
like,
Hardy was in the post-credit scene of
but
No Way
does
Home.
it count? Because he leaves. I know Venom, and there's a little trickle, whatever. But
Yeah.
that means Tom Hardy's not going to be our Venom, I don't think.
I promise you Tom Hardy's going to be our Venom.
Good, because he's a great Venom.
It might be a different version of Tom Hardy.
You think... What is Tom Hardy's name in the... Is it Eddie Brock?
Eddie Brock.
Okay, I just didn't know if they went with that version of Venom.
Yeah, I think Eddie Brock is going to be Tom Hardy.
It's just in the MCU now.
Yeah.
But then that means all the character development. Like, it just bothers me that we have to do this. It's so annoying.
Or they reverse No Way Home, which
And
is,
say
I
he just
think,
stayed.
the more likely. Well, I'm thinking that, like, the following Doctor Strange's, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and probably the next Spider-Man will all kind of undo parts of No Way Home.
Where we might get these villains that we actually want with
Yeah.
them. Okay.
And, like, Willem Dafoe will have been the Green Goblin. However, the Green Goblin might be dead still.
In this... Okay. Speaking of this. Okay.
Yes.
The whole thing about No Way Home is everybody who knew Peter was Spider-Man
Yeah.
is who transported. Does that mean in his universe, Eddie Brock knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man?
Yes.
And we just didn't see that?
Yeah.
I want
It's
that
all,
movie.
we also don't know where did Eddie Brock get... Because Green Goblin gets transported from right before the glider stabs him.
It's right before their deaths.
Yeah, well, some
Well,
of them.
The ones that die.
Yeah, Doc Ock is right before he drowns.
But
So we don't know
Sandman just
where-
comes at his normal age, wherever he was, whenever.
Yeah. We don't know where Eddie Brock got transported from in the timeline.
Because if it was...
It could have been later down the
and
line
with the
that he
5-year
learned.
gap, because if we're assuming that... Let me take a second to formulate my thoughts.
Okay.
If we're assuming that Venom, the Venomverse, that
Mhm.
set of movies is taking place in real time with like the real world,
Mm-hmm.
it would make sense because in MCU it's 5 years ahead or whatever.
Well, I'm not even saying that. Obviously Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin happened a while ago because it happened present day in 2001.
Yes.
So he got transported from 2001 to 2026, but was right before he died in 2001.
Yeah.
So let's say Tom Hardy's Venom learned in 2065 that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. He learns that and then gets transported back.
So it's at some point in his life.
Yes, he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yes.
This is such a pain. Fair enough.
We can go through it with a whiteboard later.
Yeah.
And then Ant-Man and the Wasp. We got a new trailer during the national championship.
Every time a new movie comes out for the MCU, I get so excited, but so cautiously excited.
I think Ant-Man's gonna be good.
You think so? But here's the thing: I didn't the people that crap all over Multiverse of Madness. That blows my mind. I loved that movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great movie. I can see the criticisms for Thor: Love and Thunder. It wasn't a great movie. I liked it.
The only part of Thor: Love and Thunder that bothered me was the Thor getting a daughter part, and it doesn't bother me that Thor has a daughter.
It's how he got it.
How he got a daughter, because
And it's not his daughter.
Gore brought his daughter back
And then
proceeded to die and be like, "That's your problem
That's
now."
your problem now.
He was like, he wanted to spend 5 extra seconds with his daughter instead of the rest of eternity with his daughter.
I don't know.
I think the way that movie should have ended was Gore uses his one wish to save Jane.
Yeah.
And then
he spends eternity.
With his daughter.
Is in the MCU.
Yeah. Anyways, I think Ant-Man's gonna be really good, and I'm really excited to see Kang.
Also, Loki season 2, and Kang's gonna be in that as well.
Also, we learned that apparently MODOK's gonna be in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh yeah, we watched it. There's a very, very brief flick of MODOK just rushing.
I was sitting here writing show notes, and he's watching the trailer on the TV, and he's like, "Is that MODOK?" I'm like, "I don't know. Rewind it."
And it's definitely MODOK.
It's definitely
and
MODOK.
If it's not MODOK, they really want you to think it's MODOK.
Yeah. And I think that in the end, Scott gets trapped in the quantum realm again. Again.
You think he
because there's a line in the trailer where he says, "I don't need to win. We just both need to lose."
He says that to Kang?
Yeah.
No, because of the time dilation, it can be explained why, like, if he comes out, he's been in there for 20 years, but he comes out looking the same.
Yeah.
Like, you can make it to where he goes through a lot of stuff, but nothing happens in the real world.
Comma.
Yeah, following.
I think that Scott uses himself to trap Kang in the quantum realm.
Okay.
And then somewhere down the line, Cassie or Janet or someone
Hope
tries to free Scott and releases Kang.
You think they create the post-credit scene as, like, them, like, trying to free Scott and then something goes wrong? So,
maybe not necessarily something goes wrong, but them, like, working to free Scott.
Okay. I agree that I'm hyped for this movie. I'm excited and I have decently high expectations. My one fear is that you have the same villain in 2 different projects right now, and that's a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
But also it's Kang. There's infinite versions of him in that whole
However, Kang is supposedly going to be the next Thanos.
Yeah.
So.
But I also
Kang is going to be the way they've apparently been setting it up is there are 2 storylines in the MCU going. This is what I've read. There are 2 storylines going in the MCU. There's the multiversal storyline where Kang is the big bad, and then the street level storyline.
Okay.
Like stuff like Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
And Hawkeye.
Yeah, stuff like that where they'll have a big bad of their own.
For Earth, like
and then probably meet up with Kang.
Yeah.
Like whoever their big bad is.
What do you think the street level big bad's? Kingpin doesn't
I could see
die,
it be Kingpin. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I could see it being Kingpin. I could also see if they want to introduce a new Green Goblin, it being Green Goblin.
I would rather just be Kingpin. I just think. And if they do Kingpin, I really hope they have Punisher. I want the MCU to have its own, like, R-rated section.
It's going to, because Deadpool 3 is announced.
But I need it to happen, like, now.
I don't know if it'll have a lot of R-rated stuff, but Disney made the correct decision in continuing Deadpool.
Yes. And keeping it R-rated.
Yes.
And I just need to make sure, like, I don't need a bunch of R-rated movies. But I don't want a PG-13 Punisher movie. Like, yeah. I need to make sure the ones that are meant to be R-rated stay R-rated.
Yeah.
Like, Ghost Rider... Listen, I like the original Ghost Rider movies in Nick Cage. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. But if you make that movie R-rated, it can also be really good.
I agree.
But, like, Punisher, Deadpool... And there's another one that I had in my brain that I just lost. Like, there are certain characters that need to be R-rated.
I agree.
And I just need to make sure that they don't try to...
Most of the Midnight Suns.
Yeah. Wolverine, if they bring him in...
They are. But they are.
Yeah.
Deadpool 3 is supposedly going to be a buddy comedy with Deadpool and Wolverine.
Do you think it's going to be Hugh Jackman?
It is. Did you ever see the TikTok video? Okay, after a quick break, he has now seen the TikTok video announcing Deadpool 3.
Yeah, I've never seen it in full. I've seen the clips, but it... First of all...
Yeah.
It's a shame that movie has to come out I will be. That movie comes out 2 days before my 21st birthday.
That's
by the way.
whack.
That's insane. I can definitely see them. Disney. I think Disney's gonna do well enough. I think Ryan Reynolds is gonna be really key on this, in letting Disney, in paving the way to let Disney make R-rated movies.
I agree.
Because if Ryan Reynolds isn't Deadpool and if Deadpool isn't such a blockbuster hit, Disney ruins every R-rated comic book character in villain. But I think it's because of the success and because Ryan Reynolds is so passionate about this role that he's the reason we're gonna get good R-rated movies.
This is gonna be odd. I'm glad that Green Lantern bombed.
Agree.
Because Ryan Reynolds was Deadpool in X-Men Origins,
which was terrible.
Which was kind of trash. And he always said, like, before he took the job as Deadpool, he said, the one comic book character I want to play is the Green Lantern. Mm. So he got the call to play Green Lantern. He goes and does that for DC. Green Lantern bombs.
Yeah.
Fox calls him up like, you want to make a Deadpool movie? And he's like, fuck it.
I also, if they reboot DC and he plays Green Lantern, I'd be completely okay with that too.
I don't think he can, but I agree.
I know for legal reasons he can't, whatever. But I would love it.
We'll just wait until Disney buys DC.
Yeah, sure.
Disney owns everything.
That's one of the things one of the things about DC that's one of the things that really makes me upset that DCEU is bombing so hard is because they don't have these complications that Marvel does, where half their characters are owned by somebody else. Up until very recently. Mm-hmm. You know, and they're still bombing. Like, how do you have your full catalog of arguably better characters and still suck this badly? It angers me.
Because, okay, did I ever show you my thing of reordering the DCEU?
I think you have, but it's been a minute.
Okay, I'll show it to you at the time. But basically, the way the MCU did Phase 1 was Iron Man. Yeah. Am I tripping? Iron Man, Captain America.
Iron Man 2.
No.
Is it Iron Man 2?
No. There's one between.
Thor?
It's either Thor or Captain America. I can't remember which one.
I also can't remember for some reason.
It has to be Captain America.
I think it's Iron Man, Captain America,
Iron Man 2, Thor. Avengers.
And then
that was Phase 1.
There's also the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. So they set up the 3 biggest of the 6 people who were in Avengers. Yeah. Or 4 biggest, 3 biggest, whatever you want to say.
I'm going to say 4 because I do remember the Hulk also hyping up the Avengers.
It kind of did, and there's... Have you ever seen the deleted scene from the Hulk? There's a deleted scene from the Incredible Hulk where he's walking through the frozen tundra, and in the ice behind him, you can see Captain America's shield in the ice. No. I'll show that to you later. Okay. Anyways, so they did Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and arguably the Hulk to do Avengers.
Like, you set up the main people.
Yes, and you set them up well.
Yes.
So the way you should have done the DCEU was off-rip Superman or Batman. Doesn't matter which, but Superman or Batman.
To be fair, they did do that. Man of Steel was first. And looking back, Man of Steel is a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it is. Superman or Batman. Yeah. Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Aquaman. Yeah. The other Superman or Batman. And then Justice League. Set up those 4. Leave the Flash and Cyborg to be set up in the movie. Off-rip after Justice League. Do a Flash movie.
I also feel like Cyborg... I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know how anybody thinks about this. Cyborg just doesn't feel super Justice League to me.
Have you ever watched, like...
the old school shows?
Yeah.
No. Okay. The old school Batman shows, yes. I never watched the old school Justice League shows.
Cyborg is very much Justice League-y. However, Teen Titans...
That's what I grew up on. That's the issue.
And the DCEU kind of plummeted his Justice League stock. Yeah.
Which is why I feel like having Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter would be better. But I also feel like definitely Green Lantern first. I don't know. I feel like the extraterrestrial threats can be used well to be like, Martian Manhunter's here. We think he's a villain. Nope, he's good.
Post-credit scene of Justice League, you introduced the Green Lantern Corps. The Green Lantern Corps, not Hal Jordan.
Yes.
Then, Flash movie happens. Green Lantern movie. Okay. Where Hal Jordan becomes a Green Lantern. Okay. Cyborg movie, Batman or Superman 2, whichever one you did first.
Whichever one you didn't do?
No, whichever one you did first.
Okay.
Batman or Superman 2. Justice League 2, where they fight the Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
Fight the Martian Manhunter and or the Yellow Lanterns.
Okay.
Either one. That's as far as I'm going to go, because otherwise I'd probably be here for an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure you could break it down right. So where do you... I think the best move for them would be hard reboot. Or the Flashpoint, or...
They need a soft reboot.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Because there are certain characters where they cannot get a better actor.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa for Aquaman.
And sadly, Henry Cavill Superman's perfect, but they've already blown that way.
But I think you can find another Henry Cavill.
It's like Superman. Like, it's not like...
There are other people who can play Superman.
You have to get a buff white guy.
However, you will not find another Jason Momoa for Aquaman in this lifetime.
He's literally built perfect for it.
Yeah. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Is perfect.
And The Rock as Black Adam.
Yeah. What I'm saying is...
So they need a soft reboot where they can keep some of the characters.
Exactly.
But get rid of fucking Ben Affleck, who's ancient, and put a young guy as Batman. Or fucking kill Batman.
That would be wild.
That's how I would do it.
You just kill Batman.
Off rip, if I were writing the DCEU, I would start with Batman, and Batman dies at the end of the movie.
That is a heck of a way to start off your cinematic universe of the Justice League by killing the arguably best character.
Either he dies at the end of Batman or dies at the end of Justice League 1.
Okay. And you have a Robin replace him, or he's just gone?
Batman is gone. Okay. When Batman dies...
As in Bruce Wayne is gone.
Bruce Wayne is gone.
The moniker will eventually
maybe.
Move on? Okay. Like, you leave it open-ended where you can...
Bruce Wayne dies. Dick Grayson is his Robin.
Yeah.
And Dick Grayson goes through the Batcave and stuff.
Okay.
And finds the staff.
To become Nightwing?
Okay.
Okay.
And that's how it lives on. Then you take Nightwing and have him train Jason Todd and Damian Wayne.
And all the other
Robins.
Okay. So, real quick.
Yeah.
Do you have a... So clearly, like, we've listed off the perfect ones. If you can pick a Batman, who's it going to be? Like, you can pick the Batman.
Oh. I can pick the Batman.
Yes.
There are a couple of people who I would love to see play Batman, but not permanently.
Just like in a movie or...
Like, I would love to see Leo play Batman.
Who? Leonardo DiCaprio? Oh, that would be great when he suffers the Ben Affleck trauma.
Think about, like, the Wolf of Wall Street when he's playing...
Jordan Belfort?
Yeah.
Yes. And
think about that as, like, Bruce Wayne.
He would kill it.
Oh. I think Robert Pattinson's actually a really good one.
I still haven't seen that movie.
I actually really like him as Batman.
Who do you think the best Batman has been so far?
Michael Keaton.
Really?
Yes.
You think it's Christian Bale?
Christian Bale has the best movies.
Okay.
The best Batman is Michael Keaton.
That's fair.
Christian Bale got fucking stacked by the fact that he had
Christopher Nolan directing it. And Heath Ledger.
Tom Hardy as Bane.
And
Heath Ledger as the Joker.
By the way, okay, sorry.
Who the fuck is Alfred in that movie? I can't think of his name.
I know you're talking about. He is Alfred, by the way. I don't... First of all, every other Batman movie will forever be tainted in my mind by him not playing Alfred because that man is Alfred. Like, it hurts my brain to not think of him as Alfred. Anyway. I didn't realize Tom Hardy was Bane until after Venom came out. And then it clicked in my brain and I was like, how is that the same person? Like, it just isn't.
He's one of the few to do a DC character and a Marvel character. I can think of 3.
Ooh. Ready for quiz game. Okay, so
Tom Hardy.
Have 3. Tom Hardy. Who else would be there?
There's one obvious one that we've talked about today.
I'm sure there is, but I'm gonna blank on it. Who?
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah. Dude, I forget he's Green Lantern so often. He's so Deadpool in my brain that I forget he's Green Lantern.
And I have one more.
Is this one harder?
Not really. We've also talked about him today.
Oh, that's wild.
I mean, it's harder, yes, but
Is it because it's a voiceover?
No.
So it's a person acting as these two characters.
However, you rarely see his face in both of them.
Well, that's lovely. That makes me think it's a Batman.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. Oh, he
was the Vulture.
Oh, Michael Keaton. My dumb ass. Yeah, he's the Vulture. Michael Keaton. I was thinking. What's that guy's name?
Nope.
He plays Wyatt Earp
Yeah, I know.
in Tombstone.
First name's Kurt.
Kurt Russell?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Two really old guys who are both great actors.
Yeah, the three I can think of off rip are Michael Keaton, Ryan Reynolds, and Tom Hardy.
I'm sure there's plenty more.
Probably.
Like 3 or 4 that are sprinkled that we just... The thing about DC is they've been making...
However,
crazy
those
movies.
3 are main characters in it. Like,
Yeah.
those 3 are either the main hero or the main
I
villain.
kept thinking
in
The
their movies.
Rock made an appearance, but
I
that's
don't believe
because
he did.
Batista and Vin Diesel are both in the movies,
That's accurate.
but don't look like themselves, so it throws me off.
Vin Diesel definitely doesn't look like himself.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking tree.
Alrighty. Do you want to continue talking about DC and Marvel, or do you want to move on? I have one more movie I'd like to talk
We
about.
can talk about the movie.
Okay. The last movie is Missing. Have you seen the trailers and stuff for it?
Missing?
Yeah.
Oh, is this movie that's like the it's
phone?
Like, yes. It's
Yes.
like a playoff searching or whatever it is.
Kind of.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Okay. It reminds me of one of my favorite games ever, which is Simulacra.
Say that again?
Simulacra.
Explain the game for me, bud.
Basically, you find a phone, get a phone type of thing. And it has this person who's gone missing's data on it. And you, like, the game is played on the phone. Like, your screen is the phone. And you got to try to figure out what happened to them. And by the end of it, you figure out that they died to what is called a simulacra.
Alright.
And it's like the phone took over. I became sentient almost.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen in this one, but it just reminds me of Simulacra.
Okay.
It reminds me, it seems like it's going to be a lot more like Sarah is Missing, which was another game of the same type,
Okay.
where a LGBT person ran away and you found their phone and had to figure out what happened to them, and it ended up being that they ran away because of whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of Simulacra when I saw the trailer.
Alright. Well, we'll have to see if we see that movie.
And then games as the last thing here. And we have number 1. Choose 1 or 2.
2.
2. Okay. There's a Digimon game coming out.
Did you play Digimon?
I did not play Digimon. You want to know the experience I have with Digimon?
Sure.
Do you know the YouTuber by the name of Husky Mudkips?
Why does that sound familiar?
Probably because you probably know him.
I mean,
He was
maybe.
a Minecraft YouTuber.
Maybe.
Okay. Ran around with like Jerome ASF and Beijing Canadian.
Then probably
Sunday.
definitely.
Okay.
What was that group of YouTubers called? There were 6 of them. It's Bajan.
Jerome, Sunday.
It was Bajan, Jerome, Lachlan, Vicstar. Oh, what were they called?
I don't know. I only know that Beijing, Jerome, Husky, and Sunday did a Pixelmon series together.
Pixelmon, I love Pixelmon. I love watching those
agree.
videos.
Anyways, later on, Husky did a Digimon series.
Okay.
It was like Digimon in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I watched that. So that's the experience I have with Digimon.
Okay. I was a Bakugan kid growing up. I didn't even do Pokemon. Like, I was in Bakugan. But, no. I have zero experience with Digimon.
Okay. If it's like a Pokemon style game, I'll probably play it.
Yeah.
If it's like a AAA style game, I might play it. If it's like, I'm trying to think of an example. If it's like a XCOM kind of thing or something like that, I don't think I'm going to play it.
Alright. And what was one?
Kerbal Space Program 2.
Okay.
Which you don't know what that is, as we
Yeah.
learned. The little green guys where you build rocket ships or planes and fly them around.
That didn't help. That made me more confused.
They're the Kerbals.
No.
Okay. Basically, you build a rocket ship. I always played in sandbox mode. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I never played the career or whatever you call it. I played in sandbox mode. So you build a rocket, you strap these little green guys into it, and then you go to space and you orbit around the Earth, or you try to get to Mars. You go around the solar system. You try to get to the moon. You
Yeah.
can land on the moon. Shit like that. You can also build planes and just fly it around the world.
Okay.
Anyways, cool as fuck. I'm excited for it too. I hope there's more like story to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like in Kerbal Space Program 1, it's like you just advance. There's no real
There's a story going on.
Like it's not like the Kerbals are running from something or trying to find something.
Yeah, you're just building.
You're just advancing technology.
All right.
And then the last thing I have here, I want a list of your top 10 games.
Top like all time.
All time.
Video games.
Yep.
Okay. Put me on the spot here a little bit.
Yep.
Anyway.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, I can tell. So, I'm going to try to diversify as well.
Okay.
Because,
I also don't need them in a particular
yeah,
order.
I was about to say, this is in zero particular order.
Okay.
Alright. Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
That was a game where it came out at the same time around the Wii did,
Mm-hmm.
and I played it on the Wii,
Okay.
and it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is the only shooter game that I can stand on a Wii style console where you have to point and shoot.
Yeah.
It's the only one because it's not like actiony. It's more just like you're shooting, but it's not like
Yeah. I gotcha.
it's not terrible. Great game. I love that game. I have bought that game 4 times, and I will buy it a 5th time if I ever get it. Like I will keep buying that game to keep playing it on whatever console I currently have.
Have they remastered it yet?
Yes, it's on PS4.
Okay.
And I think they're remastered for PS5.
But
right now.
did they like? They've been going through the Resi series and like they've been releasing games called Resident Evil Remastered.
I think 4 is next.
Okay.
I think that's the one we're working on right now.
Okay.
Definitely one of my favorite games, and I definitely think one of the best games. I think Mario 64
Okay.
is definitely up there because another game that was super iconic for its time, and the community around Mario 64 is still crazy.
It's a really popular speedrun game, right?
Dude, it's one of the most popular.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not tripping.
Yeah. And by the same vein, I have to include a Zelda game. I think the best Zelda game is Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
Which, yeah, I know. But like, here's the thing. Zelda looks better and better with every game, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Mario 64 and Mario Odyssey are like the same game in the same way that, you know, Zelda is the same game Zelda. Right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Mario 64 and Mario Odyssey, like, if you squint, they're both the same game. Like, you know? But if you look at, like, the original Zelda,
Yeah.
it's, like, the Breath of the Wild is way better than
Okay. My favorite is also a off-brand pick. My favorite is Twilight Princess.
That is an off-brand pick. Most people would like
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
I'm well aware of what the consensus is. However,
But
also
this is my
wolves
list,
are my
so
favorite
I don't
animal.
care.
Also, wolves are my favorite animal, so Twilight Princess gets the spot. I don't know what you want from me.
That's 2. I'm gonna go. This is my off pick.
Okay.
Donkey Kong, like the stand-up
Like,
arcade game.
okay.
Donkey Kong. That was a classic. That paved the way for a lot of games.
Okay. You gonna throw fucking Pong in there next?
No.
Okay.
That was my off pick was Donkey Kong.
I'm letting you know if the word Pong comes out of your mouth, I might stand up and
No.
slap you over this table.
God of War 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Gotcha.
Um,
Needs no explaining on
That-
this
yeah.
podcast.
And this one also doesn't need me explaining. I don't like this game personally.
Yeah.
But it has to be there just because Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like, I personally don't love the game, but it's a top 10 game of all time just because of the cultural effect it had.
Okay.
And the amount, like, this game is still being played at insane numbers after.
We know multiple people who just play this game.
Yeah, we'll just replay all throughout Skyrim just because it's, you know, it's that time
It's
of the
Skyrim.
year. Also that time of the year game, Minecraft.
I was gonna say
Alright,
most
6
people
now?
have. Yeah.
Minecraft. Even the people who don't play video games, like I've never met somebody under the age of like 18 who hasn't played Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's just the game. Like
I
it
want
rivals
one out there.
Mario.
We probably do have one.
Huh?
We're probably sitting in the apartment of a person who's never played Minecraft.
Well, she's
A different story.
yeah. That's an outlier. Anyway, that's 6. What else?
4 more.
Yeah. I don't think Terraria makes it.
I agree. I don't like Terraria.
I like it. I can understand the appeal, like the mass appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a top 10 game.
I think you're missing a big one.
I probably am. I think GTA 5.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah. GTA in general, specifically 5, because
5 was the I would not be surprised if Rockstar does not make a 6.
yeah,
They're going to.
they've been remaking 5 for 10 years.
They're gonna make a 6. However, 5 was the culmination.
Yeah, 5 was the game.
Yeah.
By the way, my first experience on GTA was on the DS.
That's rough.
Anyway, but yeah, GTA 5.
I'm gonna say, because of what's gonna happen in my list, you can choose a series of games, a brand of games.
Okay, so here's the
for
thing.
one pick.
I'm not putting Borderlands in this list.
Okay.
Because while it is probably my favorite game series, I can understand it's not the best. Like I love it. It's my favorite. I can make the statement that it is not a top 10 game of all time. Any of them.
Okay.
For that matter. And if there was one that was close, it was
There's Borderlands 2. Okay.
Yeah, because of the story.
Yeah.
You think Halo 3 is the best Halo?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I've played one Halo.
Well, Halo.
It was that one, but I played one Halo and I didn't really like it. I don't really like it.
I loved Halo. Halo, I think has to be there.
Okay.
I have 2 more?
One more.
1 more? Okay.
No, 2 more.
2 more?
I can't count.
Titanfall 2
Okay.
was amazing. I love that game.
You have some memories of Titanfall 2.
Yeah. Okay. We were on a trip, and...
A school trip, mind you.
Yeah, school trip. And my buddy was like, hey, I brought my Xbox. Do you want to play Titanfall 2? He's like, I know you like Apex. You want to play Titanfall 2? I was like, yeah, you know what? Sure. And I started playing this trip, and I get, like, however far in. I'm just like, okay, this is pretty cool. You know, I'm going to have to go buy this. So I turned my buddy.
Mind you, he did nothing on this school trip. He basically got out of school for 5 days to sit in a hotel room with us.
Yeah, that wasn't the plan, but that's how it worked out. And I was like, oh, yeah, how far did I get in this game? And he goes, dude, you're like 2 missions off the end. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I just had to buy the game and play through 90%.
And buy an Xbox.
That too. but I made that sacrifice. Titanfall 2 is definitely up there.
Okay, and then one more.
I gotta go with an online game here. I don't want to say it, but I feel like I have to. I feel like you know what I'm gonna say here. You don't think it's Fortnite? Just objective.
I could see it not being Fortnite.
Overwatch, League of Legends.
Warzone.
I don't think it's Warzone. I don't think that game has been around long enough.
But it took Fortnite's been around for long enough, but it took the world by storm and then died off.
Warzone's still kicking pretty hard.
Warzone is still kicking and has 2.
Oh, here's what it is. My franchise is Call of Duty. There you go.
There you go.
That fix that problem real quick. Yeah.
Okay. Mine's probably going to be...
I think the best Call of Duty is either Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2. And I know you're not a Call of Duty guy, so you don't really care.
I'm not putting my pick out on the internet.
Your favorite Call of Duty game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't recommend knowing your favorite Call of Duty game. I would not recommend you verbalize that.
So, my top 10 are probably going to lead more towards my top 10 rather than a top 10. However, this is in somewhat of a particular order because number 1 is Shadow of the Colossus.
That's a valid pick. That's a great game.
Number 1 is Shadow of the Colossus. Also up there, I'm going to steal a couple of your picks.
That's okay.
Minecraft.
Obviously.
GTA.
Obviously.
Those 2 are
I feel like they have to be
universal.
Especially Minecraft. You have to, like, if you're not putting on the list, you're directly being spiteful.
Last I checked, it was the second best selling game of all time behind Tetris.
Oh, behind
It might
Tetris.
have overtaken Tetris. I don't know.
You know, the game that came preloaded on everybody's Nokia.
My series or franchise is going to be the Lego games.
That's a sneaky pick, but I have to respect it.
Yeah.
Especially because of Lego Star Wars.
Lego Star Wars, Lego
Indiana
Harry
Jones.
Potter, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean,
Lego
Batman, Lego Marvel Superheroes, one of my favorite games ever.
Trust me, you don't have to defend the Lego pick to me. That's valid.
Okay, that's 4. What else? I'm gonna cheat and look up a list of video games just so I can. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Oh, Spider-Man gets on there.
Really?
The Insomniac Spider-Man game.
I mean, it's good. I don't know if it's earned top 10 yet.
I think it has, especially with the release of Miles Morales.
Have you played Miles Morales?
Yes.
Is it good?
I'm actively playing through it actually.
Is it good? Is it as good as the original?
It's not as good as the original, but it's good.
Okay.
At least in my opinion.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
And by the way, IGN's list of top 100 games, Borderlands 2 is 100.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that game. Okay. I'm going to relinquish my Lego pick in general.
For your
in favor of Lego Star Wars.
Okay.
Because I feel like that one garners the personally for me it's Lego Marvel Superheroes.
But Lego
Star Wars is
the
flagship one.
Yeah.
So that's I have 4 now.
I think you have 5.
Okay, we'll say 5.
Okay.
Fuck it. Black Flag.
Valid. I listen. I want to argue with you on some of your picks, but I can't.
This is one you might argue with me on. This is my off-brand and my franchise pick. Final Fantasy. Because I love the story behind Final. Do you know why it's called Final Fantasy?
Yes.
Okay. I love the story behind Final Fantasy.
And I can respect that.
By the way, I scrolled down 1 from Final Fantasy on this list and it was Black Flag.
Really?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. I mean, I can't hate on it too much because I don't know too much about the actual games themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those where it feels
I
like...
played 1, 2, 3, 7, 10, 14.
That seems like a lot of games.
I've played a lot of games, buddy.
Yeah, I'm aware. But that seems like a lot. I don't know. I know that, 7's like the best one?
Yeah, 7 is collectively considered the best one.
Yeah. I don't know. I can respect the pick, but I do not agree with the pick, if that's fair.
I can see it.
The same way, I think, Spider-Man, that's definitely, it crossed my mind. Spider-Man crossed my mind, but I don't
You just don't think it's earned it yet?
Yeah, I don't think...
I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I might take it back and put something else in its place, but...
For now?
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
for now it's up there.
Okay.
Uncharted 4. A Thief's End. You don't like that I chose 4?
I don't like that you chose Uncharted.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. They're great games, and 4 is the best one.
It paved the way for a lot of
those
adventure games, like action adventure games.
You're just picking games that, I can definitely see the personal bias coming through, you know?
100%.
Don't get me wrong. I've played all the Uncharted games. I love them all. They're great. I just don't know if they're...
Like I said, this is probably more my top 10 than a top 10.
I'll say this. I'm glad you picked 4 of any of them. Okay?
This is probably more my top 10 than a top 10, is what I'm saying. However, I have visceral memories with Uncharted 4 and Shadow of the Colossus. In opposite ways. Shadow of the Colossus, the first time I ever saw it, heard it, did anything with it, was when Jacksepticeye played the PS4 or the PS3 remaster.
Oh, so a minute ago.
And I came home from school every day, put that shit on my TV, and did my homework while I watched him play that day's episode of Shadow of the Colossus. Then I played Shadow of the Colossus. Then I played the remake when it came out for the PS4. Then I played The Last Guardian. So, I got some memories with Shadow of the Colossus. Same thing with Uncharted 4. I had fallen off of my love of Jacksepticeye by this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I played Uncharted 4 on my own. And then, for whatever reason, one day I checked his page and he had played Uncharted 4. And I watched him play Uncharted 4 and fell back into my love.
That's a valid...
So...
what do you think the best mobile game of all time is? Really quick.
Best mobile game of all time?
Yeah, I was thinking of this.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Not sponsored.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
No.
There's one game in my mind that just... There's probably games that I can...
There are the ones that, deserve them. Like Temple Run, Cut the Rope, Fruit Ninja.
The OGs.
All deserve a
But there's
mention.
like one OG that's still like rocking hard right now.
Is there?
Yes.
Am I missing it?
Clash of Clans.
Oh, yeah. You're
That
right.
game is insane and it's still going. Not to mention, Supercell keeps bringing stuff out. Also, Clash Royale is a great game.
I have to vocalize this pick because I can't use a franchise pick.
Okay.
That's what's happening right now.
Okay.
This is my 9th pick, I believe.
Okay.
My favorite Pokemon game
Mm.
is Pokemon Black and White. I'm going to say the two together because it's that generation.
Yeah, I'll let it slide.
Okay. I know that is one of the most... Gen 5 is on the bottom of most people's list.
It's your favorite?
And it's my favorite.
That's wild.
Pokemon Yellow came across here and I was like, I can't just say Pokemon. I got to put this out there.
You already used your franchise pick.
Ooh, that's a good one. It's not in my top 10, but that's a good one.
What is it?
Civ.
Oh, yeah.
My last pick, Portal 2.
I can respect that pick.
And then I think I am going to take out Spider-Man.
Really? You're going to replace it with
I think I need a party game in here.
a party game?
And
I will judge your party game if it's a bad party game.
there are 3.
Okay.
3 on the list.
Give me the 3, and I'll think about, of those 3, what my pick would be.
My 3?
Okay.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay.
Mario Party.
Good. That was the one I was looking for.
And Smash.
Smash. All Nintendo games. I thought you were going to pull up...
Nintendo makes the best party games.
I agree. I thought you were going to pull up like Jackbox or
No.
something. I was going to be like, not that one.
No.
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
It's Mario Party. And here's why.
Okay.
It's definitely not Smash, because... Let me explain. For a party game, it's not Smash. Because while we have nerdy friends who are good at Smash and it's fun, think about going to like, if you had to pitch a Nintendo game to a group of random people,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Smash is not the one you're going with.
Yeah.
Mario Kart, I can see, because I don't know if as I've ever met anybody who didn't play Mario Kart at some point in their life,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But Mario Party feels like the one where it's just silly, fun party mood, and you can pick it up.
I agree. However,
I knew it was coming.
but
comma.
my pick is Smash.
Yeah.
Not only Smash,
Ultimate?
Brawl.
Brawl. Really?
Yep.
You're gonna pick a party game and you're gonna pick Brawl.
I'm gonna pick Brawl.
That's a pick. That's a pick. Really?
Yep.
Not Melee or Ultimate? Like, you're picking Brawl?
I'm picking Brawl.
I'm upset with that pick. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You upset with the Smash part or the Brawl part?
The Brawl part. I don't think it's top. I don't think it's the best Smash game by far. But I mean,
The Smash pick is for the people. The Brawl pick is for me.
Smash is for the people, but because
Yeah.
it's my pick, it's Brawl.
Yep.
Oh, that's the most dictator response I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I'm doing what's right for the people, but also mainly for me.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I think that's all I have on my notes. Do you have anything else?
no. I think next week. I think our homework for this week, other than watching all the good stuff that we have to watch, recast the DCEU. The
Okay.
main 6.
I'm gonna do you one better.
Okay.
I'm gonna hog our movie time next week
With that topic.
with that topic. Like, we might go through a couple of other things, but most of what we talk about next week for movies is gonna be. I'll let you recast the DCEU all you want. I'm gonna redo the DCEU.
Just.
I'm gonna give you the main points. I'm gonna give you the order the movie should go in and the castings.
All right.
So that'll be next week. Look forward, to that.
Us arguing about how the DCEU should be set up.
Yeah.